kick off their campaign up against South Korea, and I've got a fan standing by to talk about their hopes and dreams entering Qatar 2022. Do they stand any real hope? Of course, we'll take a look at that and more next. With another World Cup rivals video. Of course, I've got a Uruguayan fan standing bloody by, and we'll get to him in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, and if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bounty. All things World Cup related, for World Cup phone-ins related, and of course, World Cup itself related. We're going to all hear, boys, under one roof. So go make sure you smash your subscribe, your one-stop shop for World Cup content. But anyway, joining me today is a familiar name, or familiar face anyway, from 2018. It was one of my Uruguayan laddie. So, of course, Ignacio is with us. Of course, Ignacio, welcome back to the channel. And of course, just remind the viewers out there, of course, they may not have caught you back in 2018, but you're back now. Tell them a little bit about yourself and, of course, about your Uruguayan heritage.
Well, thank you for having me on here. I'm of course, very excited for the World Cup, but of course, very excited to be here as well and doing this again with you. So about myself, I was born in Uruguay, but raised a little bit there, but raised it mostly in the US. I've lived here for about 20 years now, and now I live in Florida. I used to live in Boston for most of my life, and I just recently moved down here.
Alrighty then, Ignacio, you of course, Uruguay do kick off their campaign up against South Korea in the next few days. What are your feelings heading into your opening match?
Yes, I think feelings a little bit of optimism, but I'm not so sure as to the call-ups. I think there's been a couple people that were left out that I wish that were still left on, but overall, cautiously optimistic.
Now, of course, as the kick-off edges closer, what are your hopes? What are the hopes of a nation heading into Qatar 2022? Do you think you can win it? Quarterfinals, maybe? Or are you just more concerned about getting out of the group stages?
We can win it or even reach there. We definitely don't want to oversell our confidence. For the first step here is to make it out of the group stage. I think that's going to be very challenging. It's a very even group, and on our front, which is one of the main concerns I have, every single one of the countries we're up against, they're on sort of a revenge tour against us. All three of them, we've eliminated them in the past 3 World Cups, and so we need to be careful about that. We need to be very careful about that. So I think the main objective here is make it out of the group stage, and then we'll see. That's going to be the World Cup 2.0 once that happens.
Who will be the player from your country that will get us excited at Qatar 2022?
Main superstar here is Federico Valverde. He's absolutely killing it in Real Madrid right now. He's only getting better. He's still very young. I think maybe he's 23 or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to what he has to bring. He's not from my team, Uruguay, but still, we'll still pull for him. I think he's very good. He's very good. And we're really excited to see what he's going to bring to the national team.
Of course, taking on South Korea in the opening game. What concerns do you have about South Korea heading into this opening match?
As I said, the revenge tour effect, I think that's the main concern. But for them in particular, so that goes off for all of the 3 teams, but for them in particular, they're coming in pretty good form. I think they've only lost 2 games over the last 10 or 15 matches plus. So they're coming in very good form, and they're always a team to be concerned about. They seem to at least make it out of the group stage, or they're very fast. So that's going to be something to be reckoned with. On our front, we have our defense. I think it lacks a lot to be desired this time around. So we're very concerned about that front.
Okay, let's just imagine we're in a weirdo, bizarro world, and you've been given the dugout for the opening game against South Korea. What is your starting 11 from goalkeeper all the way through to the forwards?
I wish there was a couple of other people that I could call up, but I think with what we have, we'll work with what we have. So at the goalkeeper, Rochet. So he's up and coming. He's relatively new to the role. Then we'll do a 4 defense lineup with Cáceres is one of my favorites. Araujo, Coates, and Maxi Oliveira. I think those 4 are good start. A good start to see how it goes. I'm leaving out Jimenez for now. I don't think that he's up for it right now. or in form rather. And then the midfield is where I think is the most strongest part of our team as a whole. We have a lot of great players. A couple will need to be unfortunately left out from the starting 11. So I'll go with Valverde, of course, and Bentancur playing for Tottenham. And then I'll put Canovio. I think that he's also young and up and coming. He's very fast and very strong. But at number 10, I'll put De Arrascaeta. He's one of my favorites also. I think he's the main number 10 here that we need to utilize him and make him play to his abilities. The best number 10 in Brazil, arguably one of the best from outside Brazil in history that came into the league. And then up front, we'll do two, Nunez and Cavani. Cavani's not in form right now very well, but I think that when he puts on the sky blue, he shines. So confidence is there for all of them.
Okay, then now here is the all-important money question. What is the final score going to be at in your opening game between Uruguay and South Korea at Qatar 2022?
Very even. It's going to be interesting. I don't want to say a tie. I think that we will win it at the end of the day. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it will be a shutout though. I think we'll win it 1-0.
Appreciate that, Ignacio. Of course, hopefully we'll get more from you as, of course, the tournament bubbles up and, of course, starts to rear its lovely little head, of course. But again, appreciate you stopping by. If you want to appear on the show, just like Ignacio, well, we do have a World Cup daily show, which is going to be every day of the World Cup. Of course, check out the link in the description down below. There also might be a graphic on the screen right about now. But, of course, make sure you smash your subscribe as well. Your one-stop shop for World Cup content right here at Blackburn Overseas. Thumbs up, subscribe. We'll be back with another World Cup rival very, very soon.